Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in. I'm Kimberly with Beauty by Sewn. And if this is your first time watching, if you like what you see, would love you to subscribe. I am a makeup artist and a influencer in the world of beauty and lifestyle. And I love teaching everyone how to do makeup. So I have taught makeup for like ever and love helping to inspire women to, you know what, get it on. If you're returning, thank you. Hi. I wanted to show you how to use this product. It's Crystal Drama. It is a palette that is launched at Sephora's and it's exclusive, so you can buy it only at Sephora's. And I really wanted to show you how to use it because you ready to see all the drama? So much drama, the colors. And it's inspired from actual crystals. So you can see the amber, the pink rose crystal, which I have, like the pink quartz, I have that actually, I keep on all the time in my YouTube makeup room. And then there is the gorgeous purple gem, the gorgeous crystals. So I really wanted to show you all these different shades. There's everything from porcelain, beach pink, twilight pink, rose gold, candlelight, toast, tiger's eye, moonlight silver, and there's so many colors. I would say the biggest rule is there are none. So let's create a look together. And I thought actually I would specialize this video for crystal, yes, drama, but also for all of us hooded eye ladies out there, because there are lots of us and we're amazing. And there is no reason why we can't wear tons of eye makeup. It's just knowing how to put it on. So the first thing is I've primed my eyelids with an eye base, and you can use, you know, any eye base that you've got. There's some awesome ones out there, but make sure you've got enough on so that your eyelid almost has a little bit of tackiness to it. Then what we're gonna do is we're going to go for a color and a color story. When you're choosing shadows, you want to look at your colors and start with mattes first. So if you've got a ton in palettes, don't go for the shimmer right away unless you're just doing a one shadow look. Go for something that's got a matte. So let's choose this really pretty color. It's called Dusty Lilac right here, and it's a matte shade, and I'm just using an eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to apply the color from my lash line to my crease. So I actually have kind of two different eyes, and but the technique I'm gonna do is for a hooded eye. So the biggest tip that you can do with a hooded eye is to try and do as much of your makeup with your eye open. So I am now patting color on to my lid from my lash line to my crease. And if you don't know, you know, where is your crease because it's so hooded, take the brush and gently push it, and you'll feel the brush roll over your eyeball. Don't take the color, like your lower lid color, up past the crease or up above where your crease or your fold is. So here I am tapping color, and I am making sure I get enough color along the lower lash line. And then if you don't know where your crease is, don't go back for more shadow. Literally with your eye open, looking down at yourself in the mirror, push the brush over the eyeball, right? Like, so I'm pushing like almost into the back of my eyelid. And I know then I'm getting color onto enough of my eyelid and not up past the crease. So we've gone there with, and there's a gorgeous payoff. Do you see how rich that is? Super pretty. And I'm gonna just go back and tap more. So again, if you really want a ton of payoff with your eyeshadow, don't do the sweeping back and forth motion. Do that tapping motion, and it'll give you a really great payoff of color. And I'm gonna teach you another tip. You ready? When you wanna get color into your inner half of your eye, I want you to tilt your head so that your eyeball is looking out the outer corner of your eye, and I'm pressing color, do you see here, at the inner half of my eye. Again, I want to get color into this inner half of my eye. So I'm going to look over here through the outside of my eye and get the brush right at the inner corner. See that? So the trick is that wherever your brush is, you don't want to be blocking your pupil. So if I want to look straight at myself, I'm not going to put shadow right in the center of my eyelid. I'm going to go here to the outside of my eye. And if I do need to go into the center of my lid, what am I going to do? I'm going to tilt my head back, and then that way I can see the center of my lid because I'm looking down at myself per se, and I'm just gently tapping. So you can see just the shadow gently placed, and I haven't done a ton of overblending. So let's now go to our next step. I want to build in some crease. So let's go here to, let's go here. Oh my gosh, this is such a pretty color. It's one of my favorites. It's called Cognac. And I'm going to use the same brush because I really want to keep this doable and easy, and I don't want you to feel like you've got to have 7 brushes just because there are, 12 eyeshadows in it. So taking the same brush, I'm going to put color right onto the tip, and you see I've been tapping. And what I want you to do, you can really see the difference of my eyelid shapes. Do you see how my right eye actually has like eyelid, and then this one doesn't? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at myself in the mirror, and no matter how much of a hood you have or not, I want you to look straight at yourself in the mirror. Don't look down, don't look up at yourself, look straight at yourself in the mirror. Find where your arch is of your brow. So I did my brows earlier. Right arch of my brow, and I'm going to come straight down. And there is my brush sitting right into my crease. Now I'm going to blend that Cognac right into the fold of my eye with my eye open. Do not close your eyes. So I want you to just blend it back and forth, back and forth. You see? See the difference? You can start to see. So I'm going back in for Cognac. I'm going off the highest point of my brow, the arch of my brow. I'm placing it right at the crease, and with my eye open, I'm just going to put a blob of color right in there, and I'm blending it gently back and forth off of the brush, bringing it down a little bit onto my eyelid, but I'm really keeping my eye open and blending it back and forth. Now, with majority of eye shapes, unless you've got massive, huge eyes that are really far apart, I'm super gel, but you don't want to bring my crease color into the inner half of my eye. So from my pupil looking straight ahead in, I don't want crease color there. I want to keep the crease color from the highest point of my arch or my brow outwards, okay? Now, what I want you to do is I want you to envision having a line that comes out from the end of your eye, okay? I'm going to show, actually, I'm going to draw it for you so that you can really see. If you are feeling worried about fallout or anything, you don't need to do concealer first, but I want to show you. The line from the outer corner of your eye straight out to your temple. See that? That is the angle of where only your top shadow can go. By doing this, you're also going to make sure straight out, right? See how I've gone straight out? I didn't go up because if you take your outer line up, then it is going to cut off your eyes. If you go straight out, we're going to help elongate and lift our eye. So again, I've started at the inner corner of my eye, and I'm going straight out, and I'm looking with my eye open, and I can see here, I just did it with a concealer that's like my winter or really light color, like a highlighter color even, you could do this. Even with like a crayon or something, you can see that that is where I want to make sure that my top eyelid shade stays above, okay? Now, I didn't go back into my brush, and you see I brought the shadow out on that line, and I am now blending the color out, and see how my eye is still all open. So no matter how hooded my lid becomes, I'm still always going to bring this shadow out a little bit, and the more out you bring your shadow, the more dramatic. So here we go. I am blending the color, again, all with my eye open. And can you see even how this eye looks rounded and shorter? And this eye is already starting to look almost the same shape and bigger and lifted. I'm gonna do all of this video on one eye. I'll finish the other eye offset, and then I'll post a picture with the final. So here we go. I've, again, taken the Cognac and I've blended the color. Now I wanna leave this because I want to make sure you see how this color on my crease into my brow, it's not blended, it's not diffused, which is so bad. But I'm gonna leave it there so that if you're just tuning into this video or you've skipped through because you can't even deal with my voice, I still want you to see how bad that is. But I'm gonna leave it there. So what I'm going to next is I'm gonna leave it, because I find too sometimes when I'm into shadows, I'm like, I'm trying to blend them, blend them, blend them. Sometimes just stop. We've only done 2 shadows. Let's jump to eyeliner. So I'm going to black ink gel liner, and I'm going to go right under my lash line. If you need to practice this tip, again, the biggest tip I could give you is tilt your head back, look up your nose, and go right along your lash line in the waterline, and then look straight ahead at yourself. And you see where we've done that line with the concealer earlier? I'm bringing the eyeliner right out along that line outside of the eye, and I am just gonna bring it back in so that it's like a little bit of a triangle. So even if you have a super hooded eye, I want you to try and just get a blip of shadow right on that outer half of your eye, only to the center of your lid. Do you see that? I don't want you to take your liner on top of your eyelid from the inner, on the inner half of your eye. Okay? So from the center of my eye to the inner half of my eye, the inner, right? I want no eyeliner on top of my eyelid, especially if you have a hooded lid. Your hooded lid, you can always, always, always put liner up under your water rim. If your eyelid actually sits on your lashes, you can still put a small amount of eyeliner along the top, like above your eyelashes, but keep it only on the outer half. Got it? Good. Liner. So, big thing is with hooded eyes is that the lid sits on top of the liner, it sits on top of the makeup, and it can smudge, it can blend, it can be hard to do. So what I want to show you is called double lining. You've taken an eyeliner pencil, you've used gel liner, whatever it is, and you've got it on. Chances are, because you've got the hooded eye, it's like smeared, you can't get it right, you're getting frustrated. What I want you to do is I want you to choose any color shadow. So I'm gonna go for this pretty eggplant. And I really wanted to choose, you know, bold colors so that you can see even with bold shades, this is doable. What I am doing now is I've taken another brush, and it is called a Smokey Eyeliner brush, and I am gently, with my head back, pressing color right over top of the eyeliner that I did. So what you're doing is you're actually sort of smudging the eyeliner so that it looks like a diffused, smudgy line, right? And I can bring it out, I can follow along, right along that crease line or that concealer line that we've done. See that? And I've blended it. So I have a wash of a little bit of color in the inner half of my eye, and I have more of the eggplant shade on the outer half of my eye. Pretty? So let's go back to this diffusing shade. What brushes have we used so far? I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. We've got the eyeshadow brush, right? We did an eyeliner brush, or you could just use a black eyeliner pencil. Then I did the Smokey eyeliner brush. okay? I really try to make sure that my videos are as realistic as possible because I know what it's like to feel overwhelmed by makeup and want to keep it easy and simple. So the other brush that if you don't have is like a big eyeshadow brush that's sort of densely packed. At Bobbi Brown, this is called an eye sweep brush, but any type of brush that's like a paddle almost. Do you see that? This brush, you're only ever going to put into lighter shades. You're never going to put it into the darker shades. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna tilt my head back and I'm gonna take the tip of the shadow and I put a little bit of the Porcelain shade and I'm gonna blend it along the edge of that crease color. So again, no matter how hooded your eye is, you're still going to tilt your head back and you're gonna blend, blend, blend the shadow with this paddle, sort of big sweep brush that only has light color on it. And it's almost like I'm trying to erase the eyeshadow off of my brow bone. So it's quite a strong pressure and it really is diffusing the shadow because I want to see a transition of color go from my crease up to my brow bone. You want the lightest color of skin or the lightest color of your whole makeup to be right under your brow bone. So it's almost like I've erased it and diffused it. Do you see that? So now it's a really pretty diffused shade of color. So here's all this fallout. And I don't want you to panic, but I also want to show how you get rid of fallout because there are very few shadow palettes out there that I have ever discovered where you don't get fallout. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of eye cream, and I am going to wipe away the excess. So for all of you moms out there who have baby wipes, or even if you don't have babies, I want you to use a baby wipe or a tissue, and you can see just with an eye cream, it picked up all of the concealer, but I didn't have to pull on my skin. It picked away up all the shadow. And I just gently picked up all the color that fell out. So what are we gonna do next? Remember the color that we put on the lower lid, which was this really pretty dusty lilac? What I'm gonna do now is I am going to, oh, there's the dog. I am going to apply that dusty lilac shade with the Smokey Eye brush along my lower lash line, keeping my eye open. And I really want, especially if you have a hooded high, I find a lot of women that I meet, they put like a liner only on the bottom. And then what in fact that does when you have no shadow or no liner on the top and just liner on the bottom, it does this to your eye. And I really want to teach women out there how the power of diffused eyeliner is so pretty. So when your eye is open, you don't see a solid line of color. It's a nice diffused line of color. Now I'm gonna go to this Eggplant just right on top because when I'm looking, I just want a little bit more impact of color along my lower lash line. And I am gently blending the color almost right into the root of my lashes. You see that? I'm meeting the bottom liner at the outer corner where I put, you know, that line. And they're really meeting, so it's almost like a V at the outside. But again, it's a haze of color. You can see I've gotten a little bit more fallout, and I'm not gonna panic, right? Right, okay, don't panic. I'm gonna take now my eyeshadow brush, and I'm gonna blend the color here at the outer corner. I can't teach you enough. You know, and again, I'm making this really dramatic because I wanted you to be able to see that a hooded eye can wear dramatic makeup and look pretty and not look too heavy. And I'm just going back with my eyeshadow brush and blending it all. See? Pretty? I am now just going to wipe away. Again, had a little more fallout. And I am going to go against the skin, pick up a little bit of color, And those are the tips to applying shadow. I am going to now finish my look. I'm going to go put concealer on, do a ton of mascara, and do the other eye, and I will post a final picture. Hope you found this helpful. Crystal Drama, hooded eyes, not hooded eyes. Have fun with it, play with it, and I look forward to seeing you and learning with you soon. Big hugs. Mwah, mwah.